You ready? Are you ready? Who's ready to race? Woo! I'm ready to race. That's right, we're gonna race, but not that kind of race. We're gonna race writing style. This is a super fun strategy that we like to teach to help you respond to a question about a text. Now, this question is going to be actually comparing and contrasting both texts that we read about McDonald's and In-N-Out. Here's what you're gonna need for this activity. You're gonna need your race paper, you're gonna need your pencil, you're gonna need your double burger, which remember, looks just like this. Now, before we get started, I would like you to pause the video and double check with a grown-up at home that you are able to, 1, touch this, and 2, when we're done, you get to eat it. All right? Now, also before we get going, please wash your hands before we open this bag. I've already washed my hands. Okay, here we go. Put this to the side. Let's read the question here. It says, both the McDonald's brothers and the Snyders, remember, the McDonald's brothers are the ones that created McDonald's, and the Snyders are the ones that started In-N-Out. Both the McDonald's brothers and the Snyders made changes to the fast food industry. They made changes to the fast food industry. Discuss how they were both able to change the idea of fast food. Be sure to include details from both passages. All right, so RACE stands for restate, answer, cite, and explain. That's right. So under R, I would like you to write restate. And this means that we are going to restate the question. Let's get started with that. You're going to be following along with me. At any point in this video, if you need to pause or rewind, please do so. Okay, so here's our question. I'm going to highlight our question so we are sure. It says both of the McDonald's brothers and Snyders made changes to the fast food industry. Discuss how they were both able to change the idea of fast food. There we go. Discuss how they were both able to change the idea of fast food. Be sure to include details from both passages. Okay, so restate the question. So the question is, they're asking us how they were both able to change the idea of fast food. I'm going to restate this into a sentence, and I'm going to say both McDonald brothers and the Snyders look it, and then I'm going to take it exactly from here, okay? We're able to change the idea of fast food. This is now a statement. I'm telling you, both McDonald brothers and the Snyders were able to change the idea of fast food, okay? All right, here comes the fun part. Now remember, your hands are washed, right? All right, you're gonna take out your bottom bun. That would be this little cracker right here, and we're gonna put this to the side. This stands for R, and restate the question, okay? Our hamburger bun at the bottom stands for R. Restate the question. Now let's go on with A. A means answer. Now we need to answer this, okay? Now, here's the fun thing about answering a question about a text. The answers are always in the text. You just have to be a detective and go find them. So let's be an In-N-Out detective and see if we can find our answer to the questions, okay? We want to find something that is going to prove that they were able to change the idea of fast food. So let's go back in our text. I am going to review. You can pause the video here so you can go back at your own time and review and look for that. Here's a hint. If you take a quick glance at some of the things that we highlighted, that might help you get on the right track. All right, you ready? I think I'm ready to answer this question. I'm going to say, and look at right here, it says, please be sure to include details from both passages. So I'm going to say right here, I remember that the Snyders were able to open up their restaurant and use that box, that speaker box. Remember that he engineered in his garage? So I'm going to say the Snyders engineered a speaker box used in the drive-through. Okay, now in the McDonald's story, what did they do to make things fast? How did they put the fast in fast food? Let's go back in our text and look. I'm going to check out some of the things that I starred and I highlighted. Look at this. It says the brothers then perfected the fast in fast food as they used a 12-person crew to run the restaurant. I can use that. The McDonald brothers used, I'm going to say used several people to run their restaurant. All right, you did it. You did the A. We answered the question. You are going to pull out your meat patty, which is also a mint cookie. And we're going to put that right on top of our bottom bun. It's not quite ready to eat yet. The meat patty stands for A in race. Answer the question. The next thing we're going to go on to is C. C is cite evidence. This means you have to prove to me that this is correct. How do you know this? What does the story say? And when we cite evidence, we use quotations so we know it's coming directly from the text. Let's go back into the text and see what we can find. Now we want to see where the Snyders engineered a speaker box. So let's go in here. And it says right here, just a few months after they opened, Snyder installed a two-way speaker box he had engineered in his garage. I'm going to copy that down as my cite evidence. And I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say the text states. Now I'm telling you, this is what the text says. So we're going to use quotes. And it says a two-way speaker box was installed. A two-way speaker box, a speaker box, actually not was, a two-way speaker box a two-way speaker box, not was, a two-way speaker box he had engineered. In his garage. All right, two-way speaker box he had engineered in his garage. And then I'm going to say was installed. All right. Now I'm going to go to the McDonald's. I need to see where it says that they used lots of people in their restaurant. Oops, I just noticed I had a misspelled word. There's supposed to be an A right there. My bad. Okay. Let's see. As they used, the brothers then perfected the fast and the fast food as they used a 12-person crew to run the restaurant and offer a meal at a great price with a great speed. I'm going to copy that down. Now, I don't need to copy the entire sentence. I'm just going to take a little bit of it. Okay, and I'm probably going to use it right here where it says that they used a 12-person crew to run the restaurant. And then I'll also say they offered a meal at a great price. We'll see how much we can get on there, okay? So let's start out with they used. they used a 12-person crew to run the restaurant. And I think I'm going to stop right there. Now, did you see how many times I kept going back into the text? That's what a good reader and a good writer does. You always go back in the text and you look for the answers. All right, so let's look at C for cite evidence again. The text states a two-way speaker box he had engineered in his garage was installed. Uh-oh, now look at this. I didn't put quotations here. I better do that. All right, they used a 12-person crew to run the restaurant. And again, spelled restaurant the wrong way. Forgot that A there. All right, now we are on E. E stands for explain. Oh, you're right. We need to add on our lettuce. Let's go ahead and get out. This is actually dyed colored shredded coconut. Okay. All right, now I got my lettuce on top of my burger, and it stands for C for cite evidence. Okay, now we are on E. E is for explain. I need you to explain your answer to me in your own words. So we are not using what the text has to say. All right, so this is kind of to wrap everything up, to tell me what everything was really all about. It's a good conclusion, right? It's your last sentence. All right, here we go. So explain. So you can explain this by saying with the two-way speaker and 12-person crew, these restaurants were able to change the idea of fast food. All right, let's read that again. E, explain, says, with the two-way speaker and the 12-person crew, these restaurants were able to change the idea of fast food. Awesome. Okay, let's get our last item out here on our hamburger. You're going to take your other cracker, put that right on top. That is now look complete, but you can't eat it quite yet. Let's reread the entire race, start to finish, without any stops in between. Let's hear it. Both McDonald brothers and Snyder's were able to change the idea of fast food. The Snyder's engineered a speaker box used in the drive-thru. The McDonald brothers used several people to run their restaurant. The text states a two-way speaker box he had engineered in his garage was installed. They used a 12-person crew to run the restaurant. With the two-way speaker and the 12-person crew, these restaurants were able to change the idea of fast food. Now that the hard part is over, the awesome part starts. Now, make sure you check with the grown-up at home first before you try this delicious snack that we just made using our race strategy. And have your nice snack.